Humans have always revered the powerful and the elusive. The entities they feared, they started to worship as gods. In the Indian jungles, the epitome of fear and mystery was a creature that carried both the fire of sun and the dark of night on its skin. It first appeared as a shaman 10,000 years ago in cave scriptures from central India. It was then featured in the Atharva Veda, attributed with the qualities of fire. It continued to appear in texts and art across the Indian subcontinent after the 1st century. And with the beginning of our independent nation, this enthralling beast had shaped itself into an irreplaceable aspect of Indian art, culture, and folklore. A god, a deity, a mediator of life and death, the carriage of the Devi, and today the torchbearer for wildlife conservation in India. The tiger is entrenched deep within the very soul of this nation. The tiger represents a grand infrastructure that is linked to millions of creatures and habitats. In fact, there are places whose stories can never be told without mentioning this enigmatic beast. In the jungles of central India, nestled between the Vindhyas and the Satpuras, lies one such place, a mystical hill where the stories of our ancient past rest in the lap of nature. They say Lord Ram gifted a fort to his younger brother Lakshman. A fort surrounded by pristine caves and ancient dwellings that harbor secrets of the natural world. In this fort hides the sacred Bandhavgarh temple, the epicenter of these lands which have borne witness to the kingdoms of the Barihas, Wakatak, Sangers and the Kalchuri. The Baghels were the last rulers of these lands. And in 1927, they declared the Tala range of Bandhavgarh as a reserve forest. Following the ban on the hunting of tigers and leopards, in 1968, the Tala range was declared as a full-fledged national park, with the addition of the Kitoli, Magdi and Kalwa forest ranges. Finally, by 1993, expanding across 1,500 square kilometers, Bandhavgarh National Park had finally earned its well-deserved position as a tiger reserve. Today, this land is ruled by its rightful owners, safeguarding and propagating a gene pool of tigers across a corridor that stretches through the jungles of Sanjay, Panna, Kanha, Achanakmar and Amarkantak. Bandhavgarh is amongst the most popular tiger reserves and receives an influx of tourists from around the world. Many have had the opportunity of witnessing Bandhavgarh, enjoying the tourism zones and beholding its rulers. However, every day an untold story unravels behind the scenes to what the tourist withholds as a beautiful tiger reserve. The story of its protectors. In the heart of Bandhavgarh, the first rays of the sun hit the forest. As dawn breaks, the guardians of the forest awaken, ensuring the safety of all things wild. Patrolling elephants are the tiger reserve's best line of defense. Revered for their strength and wisdom, they will traverse through rugged terrains. They can access areas of the forest which are beyond the capabilities of vehicles and are too treacherous for humans to tread by themselves. They share a sacred bond with their Muhawat, who is an equally hard-working part of the team, having dedicated his whole life to the cause of the jungle. The patrol finally ends with some pampering and lunch after a hard day's work. Meanwhile, the dedicated on-foot patrolling staff embark on their morning gashti, keeping an eye out for any potential threats to their beloved forest land. They survey the land that they have been assigned to overlook for signs of tiger activity like pug marks and scratch marks. Their patrol takes them far and wide into the most remote and treacherous part of the jungle. Eventually, they come face to face with the beast itself. They are soon informed that the tiger has ventured outside the park and has made a kill of a villager's cattle. They prepare themselves for another day of protecting the delicate balance between humans and wildlife. There is always an element of conflict when two species have to share space and resources. But the gift of adaptation, along with good wildlife management, allows them to coexist. The officers record the conditions surrounding the killed cattle to ensure that nobody poisons the corpse, while also gathering the important details for compensating the villager for his loss. They set up a camera trap to identify the tiger responsible. As well as the physical conditions of the said tiger. With the growing tiger population on one side and habitat encroachment on the other, even human deaths due to tigers do tend to occur. Situations like these need to be handled with the utmost care and patience in order to prevent further conflict or retaliation from the side of the villagers.
वन्य प्राणी के हमले में किसी इंसान की मृत्यु होती है, बेटा बेटी की मृत्यु होती है, तो अभी केवल 4 लाख रुपए की राशि दी जाती है परिवार को, पीड़ित परिवार को। उस राशि को बढ़ा के मैं 8 लाख रुपया कर रहा हूं। भगवान न करे ऐसी घटना हो।
Just when our frontline heroes thought that their tough day had come to an end, they get another call for help. Wild elephants have entered a local farmer's field. They hold the capacity to wipe out a season's worth of crops in the matter of a single night. The newest members of our tiger reserve, these Indian elephants, moved to the park in 2018 using a corridor from Chhattisgarh. Today, there are more than 50 of them. The Forest Department have deployed teams that specialize in monitoring these herds of wild elephants to mitigate conflict situations. A monumental task which keeps these selfless heroes busy through day and night. Even after daybreak, a team of guardians are on the lookout for poachers. The anti-poaching squad consists of the most dedicated heroes of the forest, which also include our trustworthy and hard-working four-legged companions. The first investigators, who through their years of training aim to sniff out any culprits as soon as possible. With the increase of wildlife populations, a lack of secure wild spaces has become a big conservation challenge today. The Forest Department has made continuous efforts to relocate the villages that existed within the park's boundaries to increase the space for movement and habitation of animals. The locations of Kalwa Magdi, and Pathan are examples of such relocations, with 10 villages having been successfully housed in areas outside the core, freeing up space for nature to take its course. Areas that were used as farmlands have now become thriving grasslands. Other than being giant carbon sinks, these new grasslands are great for water retention. A boon for the jungle, walking in dry stream, lying near water in the drying months of summer. The return of grasslands has brought back grassland-dwelling species which had faced local extinction in the past. The gaur, or as some say, the mighty Indian bison, has found its way back to Bandhavgarh after 13 years. With this successful reintroduction, it is not only the forest of Bandhavgarh that gains, but we also have created an extra layer of protection in the fight for conserving the gaur species against extinction. Being a well-managed ecosystem, Bandhavgarh hosts the largest tiger population in central India as per the census. The tigers of Bandhavgarh have even repopulated and led the journey for newer parks such as Madhav, Nordehi, Panna and Satpura. Since the establishment of Bandhavgarh as a tiger reserve in 1993, over 1,600 kilometers of pristine forest have been protected, safeguarding vital sources of sacred perennial water and serving as a sanctuary for countless species. The tiger has not only preserved nature's delicate balance, but has also become a lifeline for hundreds of forest-dwelling communities. Relocated villagers now enjoy improved livelihoods, while tourist guides and jeep safaris offer amazing safari experiences, capturing the essence of this enchanting wilderness. The employment opportunities given to locals and forest staff have also ignited among them the aspirations to monitor and conserve this ecosystem. The tourism industry has thrived, driving development in nearby towns such as Tala and Umaria. The buffer zones have also become popular amongst tourists thanks to the Buffer Mein Safar campaign. Due to regular tracking, they've also come at par with zones in terms of tiger sightings, hence providing livelihood to many more communities. The guests can even witness the jungles from the sky now. Bandhavgarh stands as a remarkable success story, with diverse wildlife reigning over these lands. Today, this historical marvel, reclaimed by the natural world, stands as a testament to the power of conservation and a reminder that humans and animals can thrive side by side, united in their devotion to Mother Earth.